Hello and welcome back to Playstuff versus Team Dicknitas in the ETFT2 Highlander League Division 4. We're going now into the second round of this ADDA stopwatch mode payload match, and team's just getting ready to kick off.
Absolutely.
Jim, it's been a good game so far.
Has been a very good game. Playstuff stormed through the map, attacking initially, but unfortunately could not keep the momentum up going in, which is a shame. Now, then Playstuff defended and they held off very well at the start, but unfortunately they just couldn't muster up their defences on the last point. Now the teams have been swapped. Playstuff are defending first, and 3 seconds till the round starts.
Yeah, for sure. They looked really strong, holding off, taking the point really nice and quickly to point 3 in the first round, but then couldn't manage to finish the cap, and of course Dicknitas could. They didn't beat the Playstuff time in the first 3 points, but they did cap it, cap the map, so sink in that bomb. And they did really well, really strong. I don't know whether Playstuff were thrown by the momentum that Blue built up, but either way, Dicknitas take the first, and Playstuff now start defending.
Absolutely. I mean, second game in a row, Playstuff have been defending. Each time they've just Ubered a pyro and just air blasted the attacking Uber away, and it's done a very good job of defending the sentry. They're trying to bombard it with stickies and pipes from the lower position. It's managed to take it down. It's pretty decent of them. So they're just pushing around the corner. Engineer's going to try get it built back up and see if they can cut them off coming out of this tunnel.
Yeah. And they look a little bit more organised here, despite in the first game them holding off that first cap by Dicknitas for a good period of time. They held them off with the cart literally on the cap. This time they're not making the same mistake of letting Dicknitas have a free ride through the tunnel. They've got the soldier, the sniper, the scout flanking whenever he can, all doing a great job, pushing the team back and forcing Dicknitas to come up to the top and address this sentry farm. Being wrangled by Boy Lee, the engineer for Playstuff.
Again, they just totally nullified the Uber and just one single air blast pushed them up in the air, the sentry shot them, and away they flew. That was it. Again,
super effective.
Yeah, they're trying the same tactic now, bombarding with pipes. It might possibly take it down, but it looks like they've got it covered.
It does, and this is a really solid start from Playstuff. While we're at this early stage, and without cutting into the action too much, I should just mention a few of the players for the community. Today, Angry Potato, one of our best demo man. We've got Almighty Bob, who's playing engineer now. He's switched. I notice he's the team caller usually, team captain. Really solid player, really well organised. A notable sniper in the Priest. And Jimmy, one of the most annoying scouts you'll ever come across. All the other players, really good, but we've got a lot of action happening now, so I'm going to stop talking about the players and focus on the game.
Here we see a blue team just managing to clean up the defence and making a good cap in the first point. Decent times, they Playstuff held them off for a decent time, so it's interesting to see if they can get their momentum up pushing it, or if Playstuff can break that momentum and pull them off for a little bit.
For sure, and I'd like to see Playstuff just settling themselves down into defending the second cap a little bit better than they managed to last time. They were a little bit split up. They kind of seemed to lose their focus after they successfully held off the first point, and I think they were concentrating possibly on the stopwatch rather than the fact that the whole map needs defending.
Yes, we can see the heavy medic tried to push roof. They just managed to take the heavy down, and Jimmy came up behind them and just picked off the medic. It was
yeah, really nice work. A crucial position, isn't it, the roof on this map? At this particular point here, if you can hold the roof, then you've pretty much held the point. Not necessarily easy to do. There's several routes to attack this roof. You can come around the back and flank up the stairs. There's the stairs from the inside of the building.
Here's what they're doing now.
Yeah, and with a good Uber they can push it successfully, but Playstuff holding on to their Uber till they need it, and it's gone now. And Blue still not got their Uber. 30% to go. The engineer for Playstuff, Almighty Bob, getting that level 3 sentry up. And he'll be shouting at his teammates if they dare to take his metal. And lovely, Demo Man catches the pyro coming in with the flank. But here we see the heavy being taken down by the sniper. Not even chance to mention the fact the heavy's there at all. And lovely job by the priest. A really nice job of sniping there. Oh, and the spy for Dicknitas wreaking havoc at the top, using their Uber to take down the sentry farm, and the medic. Oh no, the medic's still alive. Playstuff hold on the roof. That's really good stuff.
Absolutely decent defence. They seem to be holding control of the roof pretty well. They have lost their sentry, so it is going to be a bit of a loss against it. It would be great if they could get that back up as soon as possible, as having that overview of the cart with the sentry makes it very difficult to poke around that corner successfully.
For sure, and it just makes the rest of the team's job that much easier because they know the roof's secured, vaguely secured, or secured enough, especially if there's a pyro up there with the engineer. Just a spy check to air blast anyone that decides to be offensive. And if Playstuff can get this sentry back up, they're going to be in good shape to hold off for a nice amount of time, setting a nice target time.
Absolutely. We see them now taking the bottom route instead of trying to push up roof, which, taking the advantage of only level 1 sentry being up, it's impressive. Well, interesting to see what they can do against it, but they seem to be being held off pretty well. They
were held off pretty nicely, but as you say, it was good kind of adapting on the fly by them there. They knew the sentry was only a level 1, they knew it wasn't going to cause them too much grief, and if they could put the pressure on. And this is a good move by their engineer. He's got his wrangled mini sentry, and he's using that to cause our sniper as much grief as possible.
So you can see from this balcony way behind here, not many players ever go up there, but the Blue managed to get a sniper up there and picked off our medic, which I'd say turned the tide of battle for that.
It seems to have done. They've capped that nicely now and continue to push on, and really it's again time for Playstuff to regroup, get themselves into a nice defensive position. Here comes the heavy and the medic. They've got they're a long way off their Uber Red, but they've just spawned. So Blue now continue to push. 60% of the Uber ready, most of the team alive, but the heavy crucially taken down by the spy for the red team.
So you can see Blue team are kind of taking it easy, coming back a little bit as Red have managed to successfully get their defense up. Very nice shot from the sniper taking out the soldier. But luckily it was not the medic who was beside him.
Absolutely, really nice shot. And I think I should also like to mention the spy for the red team for Playstuff, APOC. He's played in many of the recent Highlander games, and he's proving a rather deadly spy. He's great on our pub server. He's a long-time friend and a member of the community. But competitive-wise, as I say, we're all fairly new, finding our feet, playing competitively regularly, and so really good job, really impressed. He's taken down some key classes, doing some really good work, just weakening the blue team at crucial parts of their team, the people like the heavy, the medic, the classes that can really deal damage. If they can be taken down by the spy, then it really slows the pushing team down.
Absolutely, Red are doing a great job of holding this off. They tried to push in from top with an Uber, but it just got counter-Ubered and was held off pretty successfully. It's just a matter of both the medics survived the attack, so they're on kind of level Ubers now. Blue team having a slight advantage. Oh, saying that it's Swap and Red team have a bit of an advantage now. Nothing major, so it's just a matter of just trying that again and seeing if Blue can break through.
Yeah, and
well, the heavy's caught off there, it's on low health, so interrupt. He's yelling for medic, and Blue team managed to, well, maybe they heard that and they managed to push out and take it down a little bit, but here we go, Orly, the red heavy, trying to decide what to do. There we go.
And they've thrown their Uber, there you go. In response to the position they're in. Really, they've got a strong defence position now. Level 3 sentry. All the heavy classes apart from the soldier are alive for red. The demo and the pyro down for blue, just respawning now. And crucially, I think at the moment, the priest was taken out, the sniper for Playstuff taken out, and he's been stopped from his incessant headshotting. And blue on the cart with the pyro alone on the cart, the spy pushing forward to cover his flank.
Absolutely, in we go, buff banner. Blue do not have an Uber yet, it's 80%. It's interesting to see pushing early a little bit.
It is.
Losing quite a lot of players though, and falling back, so they do have an Uber, so take down the sentry. It's getting a very good push in this point.
They're certainly in a strong position now using the Uber, and that's a real advantage for them because red team only half alive and no Uber.
Absolutely, we've seen Syringel there, the blue spy, with a very good stab on her heavy and taking out a key figure in the defence, any possible defence in that point, and they're just pushing through now onto the final point. They managed to hold that off for 10 minutes though, so that's a very good time.
It is a really good time, and I'd like to see them kind of taking a deep breath, patting themselves on the back at doing good so far, and really kind of getting themselves together for this defence. I'd like to see them not throwing their Uber unless they have to, trying to keep the advantage on the blue team, because the blue team's going to want to use its Uber to attack, and we don't want to be left caught short, especially as the blue team's rolling with the buff banner, which as they attack as a pack is going to give them a really nice advantage, which I've been impressed with the way they're using it this game, Jim. It's like you say, it's not something we see all the time. It's a big sacrifice because the soldier loses his shotgun. But they are using it very nicely indeed, and there's possibly some tips to be being picked up here by the Playstuff side.
Yeah, without the shotgun, I mean, he has to basically rely on anything else. If he runs out of rockets, he can melee at best, and he just has to rely on other people. See, blue had a good Uber advantage. They're pushing him back a little bit now, but that's red, sorry. Blue have 100% Uber now, so the red medic has fallen and they're going to take advantage of that. They're now running with crits, so that'll charge up faster, and they're just trying to clean out what they can.
Yeah, and the spy, they're just trying to take out the red sentry, but being exploded by the demo man. Lovely job. Blue pushing with their crits, but unfortunately those crits, you know, they don't protect the pushing classes, and if you've got a half decent demo man who can land a few good sticky bombs around the team, he can cause havoc. It just weakens the push a little bit, but can be successful. It's a gamble, and a lot of red going down. We've got the blue heavy medic on the top, clearing away any lingering defense and taking down the engineer nicely. Half the red team down. The heavy, the medic. The heavy, the demo, the spy, the engie.
Oh, beautiful snipe from Priest here. He managed to take down the medic, and he had a fair bit of an Uber, I believe, so that's definitely going to hurt their push, but we'll see if Playstuff can clean them up.
Really nice work, yeah, and they've got to watch out for their spy. Oh dear, there we go, the spy takes down the medic, the pyro comes in knowing that everyone's weakened, tries to set them on fire. Soldier pushing, but he will be taken down by the Playstuff spy, and it looks like they're going to hold most of Team Dicknitas dead, just respawning now, and Playstuff likewise.
4 minutes 30 to hold this point. Blue have a bit of an Uber advantage, so they might have a bit of an advantage pushing in if they're quick enough, but it'll be interesting to see how they do. Here we see our scout. Oh no, he's fallen back now. He was positioned up there. He's now informed his team of the heavy pushing up top. They must know this now, and they were pushing back. They are indecisive, very indecisive.
Yeah, I think I mean it's interesting watching Dicknitas here. They're employing. I think we've had a server pause actually.
Yeah,
my screen's frozen. But what I'd say is it's interesting that they're really running Playstuff around. They're splitting up, which has its advantages and disadvantages. I mean, if they attack as a unit in one place, then they bring a lot of firepower and strength and support with the buff banner, with that kind of thing. But if they attack the way they are doing, which is pretty much on all sides, the demo man coming across to the red respawn, the soldier and the medic ready to drop down from the middle, and the rest of the team kind of floating about. It keeps Red guessing, and I don't know whether I'd like to see Red kind of regrouping a little bit more and not taking the bait, not kind of doing what they're doing. I just had a message from Almighty Bob. He says they've paused because they've got an AFK. So we'll be back in the action soon, guys. In the meantime, we just reflect really on how things have gone so far, Jim.
Absolutely. I mean, Playstuff have been doing a decent job at defending. They've been losing an awful lot of players, though, barely managing to hold off some of these pushes. If they can get their teamwork together, get up as a bunch, and not lose as many players, it's going to be hard for them to break this defense. Saying this, Playstuff defending have 50% Uber, and blue attackers have 90% Uber, so you can see them in this room here. They're going to drop down with heavier soldier and probably do what they can against the sentry nest. The rest of the team seems to be pretty preoccupied. The scout, red scout, having a bit of a battle with the down man here, who was trying to cover up our spawn exit, try and get a few kills spawn camping. Be interesting to see how it turns out.
Yeah, that's going to be important, I think, as we go out of the pause, once the AFK player returns, to see how Jimmy handles this demo man, because he can be so devastating to the respawning defending team if he's allowed to take up any kind of position on this shelf here. He allows all sorts of things to happen. One thing that I've seen Blues do already is get their spy onto this little platform here just to the right of that demo man position, which is a really great place for him to be, because he can nice and easily drop down behind the defending team and catch them by surprise. It's not a ledge that you usually see people in pub games using. It's a skill to jump to it, and he's been doing that a couple of times, I've noticed, with great effect. A nice place to attack the defending side's defences. But as you say, this Uber that's coming in, going to be crits. The heavy and the soldier, both there. The medic will be trying to use them both, probably using the soldier's rocket power initially and then dropping down, still with the crits, with the heavy, to try and take out this farm. And really how that goes is a lot dependent on how quickly they do it and how close to Uber Playstuff are.
Indeed. You can see 2 players down for blue, 3 down for red, so blue do having a bit of an advantage in numbers. Some of the blue back at their base, so it's about even. It's a bit hard to judge the respawn times, as because it's paused, it currently says that a lot of the red team, for example, have minus 200 seconds to spawn, so... Oh, here we go. We're back
and here we
in the
go.
game, and let's
Back in the game. And, did I see the soldier go down straight? Oh no, the soldier's dropped down, and here we go. Crits coming through. Nice placement on that sentry by red, though. Soldier does take it down. No, he doesn't take it down. He tries to take it down, and he's taken down. Lovely job by the spy. And blue a little bit out of place here now. They've got they're going for the sentry. They will get the sentry, but they're left with sniper and pyro, who red need to dispatch off rather quickly, and they don't. They let them take it. Well, no, blue did a very good push. Nice push. A good round for Dicknitas. They're at a very beatable time, but if they perform like they did in the last round, not the one we just seen, but the one, the last, the first half of the ADDA format we're playing here, then we've seen that they're pretty good at holding this last point.
Yes.
So it could be a challenge. Yeah,
so it was a very respectable time. Playstuff held them off for 13 minutes 55. It took them to took the enemy team. I say enemies to Playstuff. The attacking team.
We make no apologies for bias, guys. We're community casters. We're not experienced, as you can tell. Well, you can tell from me anyway. Jim's also doing all the camera work at the same time, so do bear with us if we have things to learn. And if you do have any feedback, get on the forum at playstuff.net and tell us what we can do better. We'd like to get better. We plan on casting regular matches. Playstuff are in the ETFT League and the UGC League, so any feedback's really welcome, and or just to pop back by and say hi on the forum. But here we go, kicking off.
Interesting decision defending here from Team Dicknitas. They're only going with a mini sentry. Usually the mini sentry is only chosen if you have a limited time to get a sentry up. Obviously that was setup time. There's a lot of time to get a sentry up, but I fail to see how useful this mini sentry is going to be at holding anything off, really.
Me too, really. I mean, unless they plan to be uber mobile with their engineer and use him almost offensively against the offensive team, the attacking team, I can't see the logic for that. It may be something they've practiced, something that they find works well. Maybe they use it, drop one behind their pushing heavy medic and add a bit of extra protection against spies, forcing the spy to reveal his hand on the sentry. But no, it is an interesting decision. It makes it super easy to get back up, but sorry.
A large amount of players down either side, but as you see, Blue, this is right outside the Blue's door. They have a decent advantage travel time to get here, so they're making good headway on this push to that first point.
Yeah, they are. And we may see how useful that mini sentry is. I mean, gets down again. Of course, it's easy to place really nice and quickly. It's a kind of disposable sentry, if you like. The engineer doesn't have to sit protecting it and can focus on getting his shotgun out, but it does go down awfully quickly, and we see the Playstuff showing us that. Sorry, no we don't. We see... yes we do. I'm getting confused at seeing a mini sentry being used to defend. I'm thinking, no, that's the attacking team. No, it's the defending team.
This is very confusing.
It is.
Here we can see Blue held the upper position, the red team were down on the cart, and they just cleared up some of them and then cleared up the rest as they were trying to push up, and Blue team looked to have secured this first point.
Yeah, certainly. Red haven't sold me on the idea of using a mini sentry on defence on a payload map like this, and in fact here we see they've switched back. Level 2 sentry on the roof, and that engineer's trying to get that up to level 3, stop the momentum.
We could just about see with my dodgy camera work, the Red Spy managed to just nip in and take out Zero, our medic.
Nice.
Straight away.
Nice.
It's
yeah, really important for the pushing side, well, for the defending side to take down the pushing side's medic. It just gives them a huge advantage and pretty much guarantees they're going to hold this for a good amount of time before Red get their Uber up again. And unless we see some amazing sniping work by Blues, I'm not really expecting them to be able to push with much force until they have their Uber.
Absolutely, and a perfect example of my confusion and the first time commentating casting, I had the stream showing a bit of a logo for the first point of that map, so you didn't in fact see the stab and you didn't see the mini sentry, so it's all good now, but apologies about that.
Yeah, guys, like we say, this is our third or fourth cast, I think. Certainly, it's the first time Jim's had to cast and control all the production side, which he does a fine job of. And so, yeah, you'll have to just bear with us. We will get better. We do love the game. We've been playing since beta. We're thoroughly involved in map making, modding, and playing with TF2. So. As a community, it's our passion, and hopefully we can be forgiven for a few little mistakes here and there, which are outweighed, I think, by the passion and love we have for this fantastic team game.
Absolutely, there's a lot of passion and love for this match right now. I can see Red are doing a good job at defending the roof here.
They are.
Just got the sentry up in that critical placement. Snipers having trying to get shots off each other. Red sniper is down, so we can just see Priest poking out here, trying to do what he can against the sentry, but not much he's going to be able to do on this film.
No, he's got his work cut out, really. Spy for Blues, trying to take down that sentry, but already on fire from the pyro. Red's doing a really solid job here. Blue's pushing with a sniper, not necessarily the class of choice to be dealing damage up the front, but what they had available at the time, as Blue are taking the building route.
Let's see the buff banner back up for Red here, just trying to push back the attack, which they didn't manage to pull off.
Yeah, really good at defence, Team Dicknitas, I have to say. I've been impressed by the defending style. I've been impressed by the use of the buff banner. Generally seem a very solid team, and I guess we should expect that now that we're playing in Division 4 of the ETFT2 league.
Yes, you can see the snipers are still picking away at each other. The defending sniper has managed to take down both the attacking medic and engineers, so it's obviously going to slow them down for a bit, while Red now have a full Uber.
They do. And that's going to be important. Blue kind of coming in fits and starts at the minute. I think they need to maybe, again, take a deep breath, regroup, focus on a coordinated offensive. I mean, they took the sentry down, but it's back up again. Only level 1, so there's a window of opportunity to move into this space, but unfortunately only just respawning most of the blue team. The heavy down, the sniper down. They're coming out now. And I think, yeah, you've got to give it to Dicknitas' sniper, Team Red, doing a great job of picking off damage dealing classes as they approach piecemeal, really. As I say, I'd like to see Blues regroup and be a little bit more coordinated about this offensive, because Reds are definitely know their defence strategies, let's say.
Absolutely. We can see the attacking spy just sitting here, just waiting for the moment to move, and he's deciding to take a little snip around now, but he was just trying to wait for that perfect moment for quite a while.
Yeah, for sure. And the spy for the defending team, Dicknitas Red, he's doing a superb job. He's just taken down the medic again for Playstuff, and he's just kind of taking down key classes combined with the sniper. The sniper and the spy become really quite crucial, even more so than usual on this kind of position on a payload map, because the heart of the team, the damage dealing classes, really don't want to be distracted too much away from their kind of defensive stronghold. If they do, they leave the engineer exposed, so they kind of really sensibly here, the Reds, they're holding this roof, all classes holding the roof. Kind of, you know, you see the pyro go off, do a little bit of damage, the spy drop down, the soldier drop down, but they all return to that roof, keeping a nice defensive position and really causing Blues a problem here on the push. Again, what we see here, just the blue engineer almost queuing up to die, I'd say. There's a level 3 sentry there, he's on his own. He's a distraction, of course, and there we see Blues coming in with the Uber, and it's a lovely, lovely play. Take down the farm at the top, catch Reds completely off guard, and they've dropped down and they're going to take this point. That was a really nice play by Playstuff.
Indeed it was. You can see they're just cleaning up what they can of the defenders here. Only 10 seconds left in around capturing this point, so it's cutting it close. We'll have
Absolutely.
to see how they can push forward into the following points.
That's a really good time that Dicknitas have established for themselves there. A really strong defence of that point. 2 more points to go. Plenty for Playstuff to do here. Going to be an uphill struggle, Jim.
It is indeed. They seem to be on a bit of a roll, pushing through as the attackers haven't fully set up the next point. It quite possibly could be a clear push list point, but we'll have to see how Blue manage to jump in and see if they can hold them off. Doesn't appear to
seem to have some momentum. Seem to doing quite well. If they have an Uber in hand, they're 10% off an Uber, and the medic goes down. So that's not good, but they cap the point, and that's what matters.
And so they have to, let me get this, try and work this one out with the bit of a confusing stopwatch mode.
Yeah.
And they said they have captured this point, I believe, 4 minutes 30 quicker than the other team did. So I can't say for sure. It's too much, just too much for me.
Yeah, it does confuse me a little bit, this stopwatch mode. We appear to have a time of 4 minutes 16 remaining on the clock. I'm guessing that's the final time to cap the next 1 point, the overall map time. That's definitely defendable by Dicknitas. You know, we've seen them defend for longer than that the game before. So yeah, definitely Playstuff with it all to do, and Dicknitas seem to be sitting pretty, but Playstuff, they're all alive. They're 15% off an Uber. The team's together. The Pyro's doing a great job spy checking. They've got this offensive engineer who's been causing a lot of problems for the red team. Red team blew their Uber.
Yeah, they managed to force the Uber.
Lovely work. Lovely work. They forced the Uber and fell back and kept theirs, so they're going to be able to take full advantage of their Uber here. Everyone's staying alive apart from the spy and the soldier. So nice bit of damage going to be dealt here if Playstuff want to come around this corner. Waiting for the demo man to appear on the scene, and
yeah,
there we go. Uber from Playstuff. Little bit hesitation, and here we go, pushing in. Lovely job.
They're going to have to make use of this Uber. Going to use it to their full advantage because they have to take down this whole defense and capture the point in 3 minutes. They're doing
a little bit hesitant, but the spy's doing a fine job here. Now taken down by the medic, and they will hold their sentry farm till the soldier appears. Just to...
Sticky's being bombarded on the cart now, so if they can get the down man down with the air shot, the pyro out in the sky, we'll have to see how they can hold this off. It's back and forth.
It really is, and yeah, I've never wanted to see a sniper so much in my life. The priest just respawning now, coming back. He can, of course, have a very effective role at this particular point. He needs to take down the sniper for Reds, and they need to stop kind of this piecemeal pushing in now. Blues, they need to really think about the fact that they've got 2 minutes 10 to do this. That's not so long, especially if they keep falling piecemeal. So respawning now. All of Playstuff will be up and alive any second, as will all of Dicknitas. I can't see where's the sentry? The sentry's going up in the little hangover underneath the main building.
As we can see, the defending sniper was doing a good job, and accompanied with the spy, they're just picking off 1 or 2 players here and there of the attacking team, and that really hurts the attack a lot, having having all 9 players up compared to some of them being down. It's quite a big blow to the attack.
It is, absolutely, and Blue pushing in with their Uber. Red have buff banner. They've used their Uber, but they have enough to hold Blue back, and I think Blue a bit flustered, seeing the timer tick down, knowing this is their only chance. They have to take this point in the next minute, or the match is concluded. If my understanding of the rules is correct.
This is.
So yeah, lessons to take out of this, I think, for Playstuff are just to kind of be a little bit calmer and regroup, and not slip into deathmatching. I think is probably the most offensive way I could put it.
Yes, to be critical of Playstuff, the big thing they can't seem to grasp just yet is mustering together as a force and managing to stay alive, and then breaking through as one defense. Yeah. It's definitely something to improve upon, but they are doing a great job in most other aspects, and it's very.
No, they are. I don't want to take anything away from that, but if I'm going to flatter them the whole way through the match, then I really ought to be honest about their faults. And yeah, that is their biggest fault here. They like, I think Lemmywinks has the most appropriate name. They're like lemmings jumping to their death. So really well played by Dicknitas. Don't want to take anything away from their performance, and I don't want to take anything away from Playstuff's overall performance. I just think experience will see them improve in that regard, but it was quite apparent that on defence Dicknitas had strategy and a cool and calm approach, and sometimes defending and sometimes attacking. Playstuff's team play fell apart a little bit, and they lost their coordination to the point where they became a much weaker unit.
Absolutely. We've seen a good game from both teams and good games thrown in there. It's always important to be well mannered even in the face of defeat. But,
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely something I think all of us really value at Playstuff is that, we kind of started the place years ago because there was so many tards on the internet and everyone said, well, it's the internet, what do you expect? And we kind of said, well, we don't expect that. We know them we know lots of individuals who are really nice, and actually we've found even in competitive TF2, if you're just a little bit positive with your opponents, then they relish the chance to play with a friendly bunch of guys, and they're just as friendly back. So really important to us, really important to be well mannered. I've just had a message from Almighty Bob. I've had a lot of messages actually. Okay, right, I'll tell him back. Caught up. I think that's the game over though. I don't think they'll be needing to play the last round. They've left the server.
That was the both the attacking defending done Team Dicknitas managing to hold it off, and it was an impressive win. It was an impressive attempt by Playstuff, but unfortunately they just couldn't this time.
No, for sure. And I think, I hope the team aren't demoralised by the performance. They had some real shining moments of glory. They played really well often. I think just moving into this higher league, a leap of two really from 6th to 4th division, they're going to come across players like this that have really practiced their defensive strategies, for example, really practiced keeping things together, and it's one of the challenges they face as they go through this next season. It should be fun following it. But cheers for joining us, guys. I noticed there's a fair few people on stream actually for what we'd expect. We're doing this mainly for the community, of course, for our community, but it'd be nice if people from the wider TF2 community found it a pleasure to watch and kept on tuning in. We're back again tomorrow night, Jim. UGC it is tomorrow night, so UGC. And that's same time, same place. Off the top of my head, can't remember who our opponents are, but that will be another match with stiff competition, and we hope to see you then.
Absolutely, it's been a great game, and thanks for joining us.
Yeah, cheers, Jim. Thanks for joining me casting, mate. It's nice not to have you just doing the production and camera. I've really enjoyed casting with you, mate.
It's been good. It's a bit of a struggle trying to figure out what's what with all the setups and which would lead to the people getting to look at the lovely test card for a bit of that round. But
I'm just going to go, no, it's really easy, and then not mention the fact that I was having trouble even multitasking, replying to Steam Friends messages in game, and think about what I was saying. It's really not easy to do other stuff while you're observing and trying to provide an interesting commentary for the viewers. So, cheers, guys. Anyway, good night, and see you tomorrow.
Absolutely. Thanks for joining us. Goodbye.